Archives of Prasar Bharati presents the timeless treasure of golden era.
Assam has a rich repertoire of culture, for here it is a part of the common man's life, the expression of his emotions, the celebration of his festivals. But while art in Assam survives as culture in the life of the common man, these turbulent years have also seen a setback in the progress in artistic fields.
পরম ষোড়াবজন নাট্যভূমি রাইজ আজি নগাঁও নেহেরু গণিত আবাহন থিয়েটারের চতুর্থ তথা অন্তিম নিশা এই অন্তিম নিশা তেখেতসকলে
A state at war with itself is not the ideal breeding ground for budding artists. Let me take you to a group of people who are bound together by their urge to perform for people, to hear the accolades and to entertain. Let me take you to the mobile theatre of Assam. So much activity here. People in various stages of putting on their stage faces. Putting on a moustache, rubbing on some color, putting on some jewelry. Undeterred by the single naked bulb, a final inspection in the mirror, and the actor is ready to take on the world.
যিসকল দৰ্শকে টিকট নাপাই দুখ মনেৰে প্ৰস্থান কৰিছিল তেওঁলোকক আজি আগতীয়াকৈ টিকট সংগ্ৰহ কৰিবৰ বাবে অনুৰোধ জনালোঁ। ধন্যবাদেৰে সংগীন সংগ্ৰহ বাংলাদেশী।
প্ৰথম যেতিয়া আৰম্ভ হৈছিল এইটো খুব এটা নতুন বস্তু হৈছিল তো সেইকাৰণে খুব বেছি মানুহ আহিছিল। তাৰপিছত ই লাহে লাহে খুব ভাল ডেভেলপ হ'ল, ভাল ড্ৰামা হ'ল, ভাল নাট্যকাৰ আহিলে, ভাল ডিৰেক্টৰ আহিল, ভাল আৰ্টিষ্ট আহিল, ভাল হেৰি আহিল, ড্ৰামেটিচিয়ান আহিল, ইলেক্ট্ৰিচিয়ান আহিল, মিউজিচিয়ান আহিল। সেইকাৰণে এইটো সকলোৱে ভাল পায় আৰু সেইকাৰণে মানুহবিলাক বেছি আহিছে, চাব আহিছে আৰু আমি যিমান পাৰোঁ ইয়াক চেষ্টা কৰিছোঁ ভাল কৰাৰ কাৰণে।
The main thing, the people of our state, they like the mobile theatre acting because the tradition of our play is different. But it only includes the people of Assam, the customary of the Assamese people, basically for the village people.
Traveling for 9 months, performing all over the state, it's a tough life that these actors lead. But they do love their art and they do love their audience, so they are not complaining.
মোবাইল মানে আমি গোটেই অসমখনে ঘূৰি ফুৰোঁ, ইয়াতে চাৰিদিন কৰি আমি যাওঁ। আমাৰ গোটেই বছৰটোৰে এইটো আগতে এইটো মানে প্ৰগ্ৰামটো হৈ যায়, ফিক্স হৈ যায়। আৰু আমি ধৰা প্ৰত্যেক হেৰিতে ঠাইৰ পৰা এই ঠাইৰ পৰা আৰু বেলেগ ঠাইলৈ চাৰিদিনীয়া প্ৰগ্ৰাম এটা কৰি লওঁ।
One of my uncle is director, he's film director, reputed director in our state. He told me, "Well, you can join there. It is very, very, I mean, what it called? What is saying? But it will help you."
আগতে কোনো ট্ৰেইনিং নাছিল, আহি মোবাইল থিয়েটাৰত যি ৰিহাৰ্চেল পাওঁ সেইখিনি আমাৰ ট্ৰেইনিং।
He taught me before only the step movement, the momentum, the music with moment, the speech and diction, like that. But I did it.
প্ৰফিট ভাল, এইটো যদি গোটেইখিনি পইচাটো হয় 1-2 লাখ টকা প্ৰফিট হয়।
বছৰৰ কাৰণে এটা কণ্টেক্ট কৰি লওঁ মালিকৰ লগত যে মোক কিমান লাগিব, সেই হিচাপে 50,000, 60,000 এনেকৈ 70,000 এনেকৈ এটা কণ্টেক্ট কৰি লওঁ।
More than 15,000 monthly.
9 মাহত 9,000, 15,000 এনেকুৱা আৰু।
এইটো নেচাৰেল কেলেমিটিজ আছে। তাৰপিছত এই আমাৰতো অসমখনৰ কথা জানেই কিমান এজিটেশ্যন হয়, এইবিলাক অৱস্থাটো ব্যৱস্থা হয় সেইটো। চব ড্ৰামাই চলে ভাল। তাৰমানে এইটো টেকনিকৰ ওপৰত কথা। এইটো ৰামায়ণ মহাভাৰত হওক বা ছ'চিয়েল ড্ৰামাই হওক বা হিষ্ট্ৰিকেল ড্ৰামাই হওক, এইবিলাক ড্ৰামা কৰিলে হেৰি টেকনিকৰ ওপৰত হয়। আৰু ছ'চিয়েল ড্ৰামা কৰিলে খুব ভাল, ছ'চিয়েল কৰিলে মানে মানুহৰ অন্তৰত লগা ড্ৰামা ডাইলগ হ'লে ভাল পায়।
All over the world, if you go anywhere in the world, you will find there are two theaters. One is a popular theater, another is a theater for particular people. I never say that mobile theater is a bad theater. This is a good theater because economically, industry-wise, this is the only kind of theater exists in Assam which you cannot see in the other parts of the country. So the people who are involved in this theater, they are really doing some good job. But I have a resentment on that. Like this, it is not to condemn the mobile theater, but what I want to say, the theater, the experimental theater you say, or the amateur theater if you say, we need people who can come, who will come forward to patronize this kind of theater. Because this is the only theater which can develop the aesthetics, which can develop, which can paint the big canvas in a concrete way. During our time, actually, no progressive theater or in the field of film also, nothing has been done. So it is first, it is my personal provocation to join and to know something about how the modern theater and the film has developed in the country as well as in the world. So that is the first inspiration. It is my personal and very self-inspiration that has led me to join National School of Drama and Film and Television Institute. The plays which I have done are, one is the play by Anton Chekhov, The Proposal, another play by Eugene Ionesco, The Lesson. These two plays have been produced in a small hostel room, and it was done in experimental basis. Their setting is also a skeleton settings, and there is hardly gap between audience and the actor. So I was really surprised to see yourself and one of your friends, Mr. Barua, Prafulla Barua, both of you went to see our production, and after the production, after witnessing the play, you encouraged all of us, and then you have commented in a newspaper, probably it was in 1964, and there is a beautiful line which you have written, that line still inspires me, and I think you should remember that line. In Assam is Junaki Andharot Junaki Purwar Pohore Pohor Sotiai. In darkness, the glowworms also glitters light.
Let me take you now to a time when cinema was nascent and a man from Tejpur made the first Assamese film. Patriot, playwright, actor, composer and critic, Jyoti Prasad, who had dominated Assam's cultural scene in the 30s and 40s, was a very gifted and enlightened individual. I had the privilege of knowing this great writer and patriot who made Assam's first film, a talkie. Let me take you down memory lane to his house, now converted to a museum. Here, amongst various things belonging to him, lies the bed he died on. It was while taking part in the freedom movement that he underwent 15 months of imprisonment in 1931 and 1932. In prison, he wrote the screenplay, which was to become the first Assamese film. In March 1935, Joymoti, the first Assamese film, got released. I met Jyoti Prasad's brother, and as I sang the song that was sung in Joymoti's death scene, we both felt nostalgic about bygone days. I remember today this number of my Gurudev, Jyoti Prasad. When Joymoti was about to die, his background song was this.
In 1929, so after he was in UK for some time, he came to Germany, and there he met Himanshu Roy. He's famous for his film with Bombay Talkies, and he met Debbie Karani, and he learned something there, and then he thought that he would produce a silent film about Kunit Kori. Possibly in the jail, in prison, while he was in prison, he thought about making a film, I believe, and which would relate to the freedom struggle or something which would tell the about Gandhiji's Satyagraha. So he selected Joymoti because he died as a Satyagrahi.
Tell me about his life as a composer and a revolutionary poet.
He was training the volunteers, so in 1930. And there he composed so many songs, like Vishwa Vijay Navajwan, marching song, and Ur Vijay Nishan, Bharator Vijay Nishan, Abru Vedi Ur. All these that time he composed, and they were very popular. And he was very strict in keeping time and all that to the volunteers.
Malo tirasaki khoba te pindhilo taru gole pahi khori kono dekho jate pokhi tirakhilo kyo gusi gole hori. Biju Phukan, being one of the senior most stars of Assamese cinema, very lucky. What is the secret of your success?
Well, I don't know myself, but definitely it's him, his blessings, and the people of Assam.
And your hard work?
Yeah, definitely my hard work. The present moment, for last few years, We are really very proud of our young talented directors.
ঘটনাটো এতে ঘটছিল
Men like Janu
আমাৰ
Barua,
ঘৰ বাৰী গিলা এথেনক লাগি আছে
then Hantona Bordoloy, Bhupen Saikia, then Bidut Chakravarti. The way they are making films is really, well, it's something very different because, as you know, Bhupenda, we always make a film with lot of limitations. We have got lot of limitations.
Right.
And out of which they are making a film and creating an impact
Right.
in the national scene. This is really very
And
welcoming
international
sign.
scene also.
International also, right.
কোচবিহাৰৰ পেৰে হাতী কিনবা আছিল সদাগৰ কাটামান
Leaving behind timeless memories, let me take you to take a look at a form of art very closely related to cinema. This is not about the moving image though. It is about time captured in a single frame of the artist's expression. It is about painting. In Assam, the tradition of painting goes back to the Puranic times, when legend says the beautiful Chitralekha used to paint portraits. In the 7th century, the king of Kamrupa, Bhaskar Barman, presented paintings to Harshavardhana and Huyen Chang. The tradition of painting prospered over the years with manuscript paintings or tulapat till it died under the British rule in the later part of the 19th century.
The history of Assamese manuscript painting goes to 7th century AD, when we get information from Harsha Saritra, which was written on the history of Harshavardhana, who was contemporary of Bhaskar Barma. And Bhaskar Barma was the king of Assam, and Bhaskar Barma sent some gift to Harshavardhana, and among the gifts there were some manuscript leaves which were painted. So that is from 7th century at least we had a tradition here in Assam about the illustrated manuscript. Next we get the evidence from 16th century onward. Then when during the time of Shankardeva we have Chitra Bhagavata, which is the illustrated episode of from Bhagavata. And then there are other schools of Assamese miniature painting also, which was influenced by the Mughal painting. When the British came here in Assam, then the Satra institution has been demolished, and the painters were at that time known as Khanikars. They did not get the patronage any longer from the Satras, so the tradition died.
A different time, different expressions. The modern Assamese paintings are much bolder and at times darker.
The whole concept of modern painting came to Assam when the British occupied Assam.
Through colors and shapes, the artist expresses his anguish at the state of his homeland today.
My father and my uncles also used to paint, and besides my father also had some connection with the modern medias, because he played a very small role in the first Assamese film in Jaimati, very small one, and so we have some exposure to what is happening outside. And then I studied in Don Bosco School in Guwahati. I stayed in the hostel, and in our school we have a tradition of doing painting in our off hours. About 10 years back, while we were doing paintings here, the situation was not like this. But now the situation of Assam, you can't say it is very congenial for any kind of work, not only painting, but in others field also. Previously in Guwahati you always find some drama is going on, some cultural activities going on. But now people don't like to come out of their house. They feel secure in their house. They don't want to come out. And painters also, they don't find the situation is not very good for creative art. But art is not that tight, no. Anything, it always comes out whenever whatever the situation. Art always, after in Germany, in Auschwitz, they killed several people. Then art survives, poetry survives. So I think here also it will survive.
This is where timeless treasures which helps us in our discovery of the past are displayed. The Assam State Museum in Guwahati, established on the 21st April 1940, is a very rich storehouse of our heritage. Displayed here are a 7th century copper plate of Bhaskar Burman, a 9th century metal Vishnu, a 10th century stone statue, and many such glories of bygone days. Walking through this bit of the museum where Assamese villages are recreated, it felt like walking through a world very far from the city of Guwahati, where we actually were, and Bombay now seemed to be another world altogether.